What is up, guys? SlaySlenderDragon's here, and today I am bringing you another Minecraft survival video. And my throat is sore, so let's just go on with it. I wanted to talk instead of do today, mainly because I wanted to talk about the new 1.8 update, which will be coming out, or not 1.8, I'm stupid, 1.9, and they're actually allowing us to put our first in this update, which to me is just a great idea. Now, the base of this update is the combat update, so of course most of these suggestions that we'll give you will be combat related or combat usage, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does or not, but we're gonna go with it. Well, first of all, I wanted to talk about blocketing. Now, I'm not a big PvPer myself, but blocketing in 1.7 was where you could just hold right click and then spam punch, and then you wouldn't take as much damage and you'd still be doing damage at the same time. Which, for a lot of PvPers, they really enjoyed this, because if you're really good, then you can, if your blocking was substantially good, then it would just, you know, you get what I'm saying. I'm not a big PvPer myself, but once again, I'd still like to see some of these features. Now, I have two suggestions for this. They can either return that, or they should nerf this, just holding it to like only half of our reduced damage. But they should add something like perfect blocking, where if you block at the perfect time where they strike, you will take like half a heart of damage. And I think this will add a lot of to the PvP system. He'll give us more more skill than mashing one button. You'll be mashing two buttons, but still. I personally want perfect blocking, because I feel that could be a really good change into our PvP system, and maybe I'd get into it if that was added, because I block naturally even when I'm doing fights these sometimes. Anyways, we don't also potions. Dinnerbone was talking about potions, so he's like, oh, you guys never use them. That is because potions don't stack. I think they should make it so potions can stack, but not overstack, you know what I'm saying? Like, it should be able to stack to 8 or 16, and I think, or maybe 3, since you could brew 3 at a time. I don't know, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, oh, how would you get potions back into the game? Make them stack, but stacking potions will be overpowered, because if you had a stack of 64 harming 2 potions, then you kind of one-shot every, well, you don't one-shot, but you get my point from here. So I think stacks of 3 would work well, but it wouldn't fit in with everything else. So that's kind of a ditch effort type of thing. Let me see how many minutes I'm recording without even pressing save. Okay. What else was I gonna talk about? New weapons. They've talked about adding new weapons before. They've wanted to add new weapons. So I think it'd be really nice if they just went ahead. They could either add like a new sword, a new bow, or just a mid-range weapon in general, because that'd be really nice to have, so we have more diversity from bush rods, flint and steel, and swords, because that is pretty much PvP game right now. Oh, and potions occasionally, but doesn't appear up too often. So maybe this was my idea for like a mid-range weapon that doesn't do as much damage as a sword, but can reach farther and you don't have to charge it up. They should add spears, and the reason I was thinking of spears for everything was because, one, and that'd be pretty cool. And everything has like, everything PvP has the right click function where swords block, bow is actually to fire, but you can throw the spear, which I think would be a really cool tool to add into the game. And I'm sure it'd be hard to program, because let's say you had one that's enchanted, you know, you might throw it and then lose it mins, but that's something that can be fixed, I bet. And pretty much a spear, like sharpness and all of that, except for fire aspect, you can have, I don't know, there's just a lot of things you can do with this new PvP update that they are adding into Minecraft, and it's really giving us a boost. Now, the last type of item I wanted to talk about was another like buff apple, or golden apple. We have golden apples. That's more of a defensive item if you use it properly, of course. And it's just, how do I explain it? You use it in a last ditch effort and it helps, right? But we only have golden apples. I think they should add diamond apples into the game, because once again, potions are hard out when you can only hold one per inventory slot. And I think a crystal apple, which would just be a golden apple made of diamonds, could give you like more offensive buffs, since diamond is more of an offensive tool, because that's a sword everyone uses for PvP except for our games. But we're getting technical here. And oh gosh, hold on a second, I gotta hide. Well, anyways, I think they should add crystal apples into the game, because we have the defensive apple, which is the god apple or golden apple, whatever you prefer to call it. So if they added a more offensive apple, that'd be, I don't know, maybe you could apply like speed and strength. That might be a little bit too busted, like on some servers like god apples are, but I think it'll add more feel to the combat system. And it's, because remember, this update is about mainly just updating the combat system, and that is, I think a lot of us have wanted this for a while. Now finally, I think they should add a new sword. And once again, this is probably going to be really overpowered and not allowed on most servers, but I think they should add a dragon sword. No dragon armor, no dragon bow, but just a dragon sword. And once again, when you're going to 8 attack with sharpness 5, that is almost, yeah, that's almost like sharpness. What's sharpness 5? That's almost 15 damage. But, I'm gonna go a little bit overboard, and this is kind of an idea that I can see happening, but not really. It depends, like, I don't know how to explain. Well, anyways, sorry, I had to clear my throat out real quick. So, oh my gosh, there's a lot of blazes. Well, anyways, I think they should have a dragon sword plus 10 attack. That's a little bit overboard, I know, but it should cost like 50 levels to enchant to get more balance on survival. And this is going to be like the god sword, like the Terror Blade from Terraria, I guess you could call it. It won't get like, it will have like a worse enchanting system, like pretty much the opposite effect from what do you call it? What do you call it? Oh gosh, I need to get back into my hole. The opposite effect of gold, that's what it is. Where when you enchant, it's gonna have less powerful enchants. And I think the most you should get out of it is sharpness 3, which will still be a bit better than a diamond sword, but it's gonna be hard to work your way for. And if you really wanted to, you could use books on it to get a sharpness 5 sword, but that's gonna be a lot of effort, a lot of levels. So you're getting why this could be a balanced weapon to a degree, not on like a PvP server where you straight out just, you know, get it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and I'll see you guys later.